All right, solving simple equations. So what we have here are equations that are also known as one-step equations, but I'm not going to refer to them as one-step equations because I want to show you a method that may involve more than one step that you can use to solve these equations. So let's jump right into it. Let's look at number one. Here we have an equation, negative 16 is equal to 3 minus m. The way we're going to approach this is to ask ourselves and then answer the question, what is being done to the variable? In this case, our variable is m. So we're going to ask ourselves, what is being done to the variable? In this case, there are actually two things being done to this variable because we have subtraction. So the first step here is I'm going to rearrange the side of the equation that has the variable on it such that the variable comes first. So right now it's 3 minus m. So this 3 is coming before the variable. I want the variable to come first. So I'm going to use the commutative property of addition to rearrange this right side. So the left side is going to stay the same. This is negative 16 is equal to negative m plus 3. All right, so I just used the commutative property to switch these two terms. The m stays negative and the 3 stays positive. So now I can ask the question, what is being done to m? Well, we can see clearly that two things are being done to m. M is being multiplied by negative 1, which makes it into a negative m, and we're adding 3 to m. All right, so we're doing two things to m. We're multiplying it by negative 1, and we're adding 3 to it. So those are the things that we're going to have to undo. So remember our PEMDAS, our order of operations, political education makes determined Africans sovereign. Remember how, or notice how multiplication and division comes before addition and subtraction. So that means that the first thing that we did to our variable m is we multiplied it by negative 1 because multiplication and division comes before addition and subtraction. And then after multiplying m by negative 1, we added 3. So what we're going to do to solve this equation is we're going to undo what was done to our variable m by going in reverse. So the last thing that we did to m was we added, in this case, 3. Again, addition and subtraction comes after multiplication and division. So we added 3. To undo an addition of 3, we are going to use the converse of 3, the complement of 3, which is subtraction. All right, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides of our equation. And I'll do that vertically. So I'm going to subtract 3 on this side, and then I will subtract 3 on the other side as well. So that leaves me with negative 19 on the left is equal to negative m on the right. So we have applied subtraction in order to neutralize this addition of 3, because we know that 3 minus 3 is 0, so that goes away. So we're left with negative 19 is equal to negative m, and we see that m now is being multiplied by negative 1. So in order to undo multiplication by negative 1, we can divide both sides by negative 1. So dividing by negative 1 on the right and dividing by negative 1 on the left. And of course, what we're left with, negative 19 divided by negative 1 is 19. And that's equal to negative m divided by negative 1 is m. So m is equal to 19. All right, let's look at another example. Number 2, we have negative 11 minus n is equal to negative 14. So the first question is, what is being done to the variable? In this case, the variable is n. I'm going to use the commutative property to rearrange it so that the variable comes first. So I'm going to have this written as negative n minus 11 is equal to negative 14. Using the commutative property, just switching these terms around while keeping the signs the same. Now I can see clearly what is being done to my variable. My variable is first being multiplied by negative 1, and then I am subtracting 11 from my variable. So that tells me exactly what I need to do to reverse that. So if I'm subtracting 11, I need to add 11. So I will add 11 to both sides. So that leaves me with negative n is equal to negative 3. And then same thing again, if negative n is equal to negative 3, I know that positive n is equal to positive 3, again by dividing both sides by negative 1. And that's our answer. Okay, next one. What is being done to our variable? We have an equation, negative 13 equals v plus negative 17. So here the variable is already coming first. So we can see clearly that we are adding a negative 17 to our equation. But adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So if we like, we can rewrite this as negative 13 is equal to v minus 17. So we're subtracting 17 from v. That is what we're doing to v. So to undo the subtraction of 17, we're going to add 17. So we add 17 to both sides of our equation to maintain balance. So negative 13 plus 17 is 4, and that's equal to v, and that's our answer. So this one was truly a one-step equation for us. All right, moving along, we have n plus negative 5 is equal to 14. We can rewrite this using subtraction because plus negative 5 is the same as minus 5. So this is n minus 5 is equal to 14. And then to ask ourselves the question, what is being done to our variable? The only thing that's being done to our variable is we are subtracting 5. So to undo the subtraction of 5, we're going to add 5 to both sides. So plus 5 on the left and plus 5 on the right. So we get our answer. N is equal to 19. All right, so those were problems dealing one-step equations, simple equations dealing with addition and subtraction. Now we can do the same type of thing with these types of equations where we have division and multiplication. So if we look at number 5, the equation is negative 6 is equal to n over 19, n divided by 19. So what is being done to n? What is being done to our variable? Our variable is being divided by 19. So how do we undo division? What is the complement to division? Well, of course, we know that it is multiplication. So to undo a division of 19, we will multiply both sides of our equation by 19. So I'm just going to rewrite this here. So this is negative 6 is equal to n over 19. And then we will multiply both sides of our equation by 19. So times 19, or 19 over 1 if you like. And then on this side as well, we're going to multiply that by 19. All right, so on the left, we have 19 times negative 6. 19 times negative 6 is negative 114. And on the right side, excuse me, that's on the left side. And on the right side, we're multiplying fractions, but we can simplify because here we have 19 over 19. So that cancels, just leaving us with n, and that is our answer. This is n over 1, which of course is just n. Okay, our next problem, number 6. What is being done to the variable? The variable here is v. We have v over 4. This is v divided by 4. So we're taking our variable and we are dividing it by 4. So how do we undo division by 4? What is the complement of division? It's multiplication. So we will multiply both sides of our equation by 4 in order to undo this division by 4. Right? Because multiplication is the complement of division. So we will multiply on the left side by 4, which is the same as 4 over 1 in fractional form. And we will also multiply by 4 on the right side, which again is the same as 4 over 1 in fraction form. So on the left, the 4's cancel, leaving us with v over 1, which is just v. And then on the right, the 4's cancel also, and leaving us with negative 7 over 1, or just negative 7. And we're done. All right, now we have multiplication. 5n is equal to 100. This is the same as saying 5 times n is equal to 100. So what is being done to our variable n? Our variable n is being multiplied by 5. So how did we undo multiplication by 5? What is the complement of multiplication? It is division. So we undo multiplication by 5 by dividing by 5. So we divide both sides of our equation by 5. So on the left, here the 5's cancel out, leaving us with 1 times n, or just n. And on the right, we have 100 divided by 5, which is 20. So this is, again, you can see why we call these one-step equations. All right, and then the last problem, we have 14k is equal to negative 56. That is saying 14 times k. is equal to negative 56. So what is being done to our variable, k? K is being multiplied by 14. How do we undo multiplication by 14? We divide by 14. Division is the complement to multiplication. So I will divide both sides by 14, like so. On the left, the 14s cancel out, leaving us with k. And on the right, negative 56 divided by 14 is negative 4. And that is our answer. All right, so this is how we solve simple equations or one-step equations using integers with addition and subtraction and multiplication and division.